It's Wednesday and I'm back. I'm just adjusting my phone so I can kind of see if I have everything centered. So yeah, it's been a crazy couple weeks. Last week I was had the opportunity to take some classes from Spellbinders, Hero Art, Altenew, Photoplay. I think there was one other. It was a 2-day event and probably took me another 3 days to finish all the projects. So I did my best. So it's kind of neat though, because we've had, since we don't have the shows, a lot of the companies have been doing like little mini events for the stores for education purposes. And, but we're finding that it's frequently because there's so many different companies, and a couple companies will do it together, and then another company will group up and do another one the following month. So it's this constant craziness, but it's all good. So tonight, we didn't do this in my Spellbinders class. We did something else, which I'll show you at another time. But this is one of the dies that I've been wanting to use. It's the Surprise Box die. And it came out maybe a couple months ago. And every time I went to go order it, they were out of stock. They were out of stock. So I finally have a supply in, and I thought this would be a great die to show you what you can do with it. Let me go grab something. I think they have a I think we might be out of the basic sentiment set that goes with this. This one is the Christmas one. You can see they have different sentiments that you can stamp on the sides of the box, and they're angled so they'll fit in there perfectly. I just grabbed this one from the store because it was the Christmas one that we had, and it's called Santa Paws Sentiments. But there is a generic one that has like birthday words and other little sentiments that you can put on the box, underneath your card, inside your card, and so on and so forth. It's a fun collection. They have a couple dies that you can use them independently, but you can also use them with the box. So this is one of the ones, the Party Balloon. You can see they made a really sweet little card with that. We're going to use the Party Balloon in ours. So let's start with the box. It's a really simple die. There are 6 pieces to it. This is just a decorative score fold design, and this is the front of the box. So I have them pre-cut. So this is actually going to be the back of the box. This is the front of the box, and it has little tabs over here. And I made sure that I used a bone folder and scored it really well. And the little flap. So everything is scored really well. This is a ergonomic bone folder from Dress My Craft. It actually fits really nice in your hand instead of the long thin one. I have both, and I love them both. And sometimes I just go and I grab this one. Sometimes I'll just use my traditional bone folder. But it's the people that have bought these actually really like them too. So we have our little box all die cut. And now to assemble it, we're going to adhere that together. And just move this over. So we're going to put some adhesive. You can use red line tape. You can use your glue. I didn't switch this one out, but if I remember, after I'll run over and grab my other Tombow or Nouveau glue. There is a new tip, a fine tip that you can buy a 2-pack of and change out, so you have a super fine nozzle, very similar to if you been around. You remember we had the fine line bottles that a lot of people were putting glue in, and they had a super fine tip, and people were loving that. So it's the same type of bottle. So we're just going to kind of let that glue. So we have our box. One of the things I love, I've been using the Bearly Arts too, and I love that with the little fine tip. But I find that the Nuvo is, I find a stronger adhesive. While I'm doing that, let me see if I can reach and see if I have the other nozzle on my other Nuvo. This is the new tip from Nuvo. So it fits on the new large bottle and it fits on the small bottle. And it has the super fine tip. Their pin is actually in the lid. So what you have to do is remember to, when you put the bottle back on, and it's hard to do it when I have to have it directly over me, it'll fit in there and it'll keep the glue tip from clogging. And like I said, this fits on both of them. Okay, so we have our little box, and I'm going to put a little glue for this flap. And one on the other side. If you were to stamp, you definitely want to stamp prior to putting your box together. This does not fold flat, so you're going to have to make sure that if you want to stamp it, do it before constructing the box. So if you were to mail one of these, you would have to put it in a bumble, like a little padded envelope. But it's a nice card that you could actually put on top of a package for the gift itself, because they're very dimensional. So there you have your little surprise box. So the back will go flat, but this does not go flat totally, because you want that dimension so it looks like you can fill it. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to fill it with different things. And I meant to grab a couple stamps from the store, but we have a really great black cat stamp from IO. It's a collection of black cats, and it's the head. So you can stamp one of those and die cut it and put the little cat in the box. But these are the ideas that I came up with. This is a die from Spellbinders. It's a turkey die, and it actually has legs, but for my card, I did not, I don't want the legs. I don't want the legs coming out at the bottom of the box. So I didn't put the legs on this one. So these are all just die cut pieces. And the little turkey actually fits. I had to adjust the second wing on the left side so that the turkey would fit in the box. So for my card base, we have the different layers. Yes, it does need the puppy. And I left the tag, Janine, in the store, but I did bring the die. So Janine did a great sample for me for the store with this little puppy coming out of a tag, but this little puppy can also come out of that box. And it's all these little die cut pieces. Thanks for the reminder. I probably would have forgot it. So I'm just going to, I'm not going to layer my base cards, which I typically always do, just because there's a lot of height with that box. And then I used an embossing folder with leaves on the background. And you could go and you could ink some of these leaves to add more color to the background. I was just busy last night putting a lot of these together. Okay, so we have our little card base, and then we're going to attach our little turkey. Now, I want to wait. I'm not going to attach this. I'll show you later when I finish it. I have to look through my sentiments and get a saying that I want to put at the bottom. That way I'll know where I'm going to place my turkey in the box. But if I don't have a sentiment, I can actually put the box down a little bit lower and lift the turkey up higher to fill the card. So once I find a sentiment, then I'll be able to finish that. But then we have this cute Thanksgiving card. We have a cute saying in this in the store that can go in the inside. It says, gobble to you, or wobble to you gobble, or something like that. That would be cute in the inside of this one. So let's move that card to the side. The next one is the party balloon, and I had this paper just sitting around. It's kind of a Valentine paper, and I thought you could do a birthday paper with the party balloon, and you could put in here, you know, your happy birthday. But I thought with this one I could put miss you. What I want to do is take a white gel pen, which I forgot to grab, and actually put those little highlights in, and that'll give the balloon a little more definition. I did use 2 different color reds, which may be hard to see, but they were close, not exactly the same. So I took my fire brick red, and the background balloons I actually inked a little bit so that the ones that were on top looked even lighter. So here on this box, I used some of the decorative paper to cover the front of the box, but leave the back still white. And I'm going to have this little party balloon coming out of here. So that was my thought with this. And you could either have him coming out this way. You could have a string coming down, hanging out of the box. So it looks like the balloons are up in the air. So this is my second card. So let me move this one over. I didn't finish these last night. I didn't get a chance to do them until some of them on Sunday and finish them up yesterday. But actually yesterday was my birthday. So last night, after we went to dinner, and I want to thank Judy. She brought me 2 cupcakes from my favorite cupcake place. We did FaceTime with my granddaughters, and they happen to have cupcakes left over from a party that they had. So they sang happy birthday, and we sang happy birthday with candles and our cupcakes, and it was really wonderful. So I didn't get a chance to totally complete these, because then I kind of shut off at 8 o'clock and just spent the rest of the evening relaxing. So, but thank you. So this one is one box that I did complete, and I used white paper this time, and I have the snowflakes. These were a paper punch, and well, I was running behind, so I had to come up with something for tonight. So this gnome and the trees and the little saying are part of these die cuts. They're Gnome Christmas Dance die cuts. These are from Spellbinders, and you get a lot of different, you get a couple different gnomes. You can make them so their legs wiggle back and forth and so on. I just actually have my gnome coming out of my box. And so I just used the decorative trees. I used the Arc die cut from Spellbinders, snowflake punches, and the die cut pieces. And here, you know, you really have to add, probably I did 3 layers of foam tape so that it could really kind of stand tall. But so we have this little gnome card. And the last card that will kind of give you some idea. This is like a paper that we got in for Christmas, and I'm just loving it. And so on this one, I did the cardboard box in the craft paper. And in this one, we're going to put some greenery in it. And the dies that I'm using are from this Spellbinders die set. And this one is the winter or Christmas blooms. I'm using a couple of those parts and pieces. And then I'm also using dies from this exclusive die. It's called Winter Florals. This is exclusive to Crafter's Home Stores. And the ladies that are doing the Winter Bloom class, this is one of the dies that they'll be getting. We do have extra dies for sale. We ordered extra because they're only available at a Crafter's Home Store, and we have some. And so I used some flowers and sprigs and such from this die. So once again, I'm going to use my craft paper on the back. Just going to add some adhesive. And once again, like I said, I'm not going to pop this one up. I'll put my layer on. I didn't do such a good job on this one. Still think it's a little bit wonky. It's hard to see because I'm not directly over it, but I'll move this part down, and then I probably won't glue it completely because I'll adjust it. I'll go back and fix it. So what I did is I cut a bunch of different sprigs. And I have the little flower. So I picked the blue that was in the background of this paper. I did white. These are stems and have the little flower petals that you glue on the back. So I made a sprig of those. Some different greeneries between the two sets. So my thought was to have this kind of down here and just play with it, because once again, I'm going to see how high I'm going to go to decide what sentiment that I'm going to put in. And I'm just going to build an arrangement. And I might have to go back and do some more because I tried to do things, some of them in threes. But what I want to do is make an arrangement back here. And normally what I would do is kind of put these together and get it to where I like it. And when it's done, before it's glued, take a photo with my camera, which I'm not going to be able to do right now because I'm using it for the live. So I touch one and the other one comes out. Add some of the little greenery. Well, this is going to be hard to do alone. I think I have to do this on my own. And then come back and show you the finished project. And you can't mail it. You'll either have to put it in like a bubble envelope, or if you're sending a gift, to somebody, then you could, it won't flatten. So you'll have to use a padded envelope, which would be fine. We also have these little card boxes that we sell in the store. It's a clear acetate card box that you could, this card would fit inside. In fact, Judy made me a beautiful card, and I'll show it another evening. And she put it in the card box. And that's what I probably would suggest. So anyways, I'm going to have to fussy around and play with this and post the finished sample online, because everything I try to move, it shifts and so on and so forth. It's kind of hard when I'm, it's like 8 inches away from me. But here is another sample that I thought would be like really cool to see some flowers come out of the box. But hopefully you get the gist of it, and when it's completed, you'll see where my mind was going. So there are 4 samples. There is the flower assortment. We have the gnome. We have the turkey guy for Thanksgiving. And then we have the little party balloon, which could be a birthday. Or this one, I think I'm just going to do Missing You with the little balloon coming out of there. So hopefully that was a little bit of inspiration for you. Like I said, if you have some stamps, or this little puppy would be adorable coming out of the box, and they have little sentiments that go along that you can put on the front of that card too. So anybody have any questions? Oh, I forgot that I had a little frame that I'm putting back there, which the colors will show up better against. So the main die that I used is the Spellbinders Surprise Box die. And like I said, there's the little code that we have. This is on in our store. We have several of them. And you probably have lots of things at home. Like I said, I use some dies. You can use some stamps. You can use some die cut pieces. So a lot of different ways that you could have some fun elements coming out of the box. And if by chance you have this die or get the die, I'd love for you to share what you make with it. We'll post it. I'll post mine on our Facebook page, and we have our Buffalo Makers page, and you can upload your photos and share those with everybody. So anybody have any questions? So that's it for me for tonight. I'm going to actually sit down and finish these, try to get them posted this evening for you. And the turkey was so fun. And post those tonight for you, so you have those to look at. This Saturday morning, Mona is going to do a demo this Saturday instead of Friday. And so join us at 10 o'clock. We have some new products that we're going to be sharing. And I'm not sure what she is going to be doing. You know what, Shirley? It's not wide enough. It's only about 2 inches. But you could actually roll money and have money come out of there. Put a little bit of tissue paper. That's actually, like stuff a little tissue paper and roll some money and have that come out of there. Oh my gosh, I'm sure nobody would give you that card back. So that's it for me for tonight. Thank you guys for joining me. And I guess hopefully we'll see you either in the store, or we're going to see you Saturday. And this turkey die is a Spellbinders die. And this should also be online, because I know we have them, because I made sure that if I was using it. Let me just see if I grabbed the turkey die to bring home to show you. And if you can't find the item, I can always look it up for you. You could just shoot me a email or text. I think I put the turkey die back in the store. Yeah, I brought it back today because I made a full-size turkey and put it out for display. So, but it is a Spellbinders turkey die. And actually we have a couple different turkey dies available from other companies. So that's it. So everybody, thank you for joining me, and we'll see you Saturday morning at 10. Have a great day.